I think we should just dive right in. I guess to start getting to know you a little bit, what are you most excited about from the 1871 and Ita merger?
1871 has made her name over almost the last decade as being the top incubator for early stage startups and as an amazing destination for corporations and the larger innovation ecosystem to come together. But our legacy structure always had a gap for later stage growth startups. So to me, the power of 1871 and ITA coming together is that we have now the chance to have the best programming, the best experiences for any stage of a startup, as well as a larger innovation ecosystem, which is really quite cool and powerful.
So next, I guess, name something unexpected that came out of the merger, something you didn't see coming when, I guess, it was first brought up by Betsy.
When we first were looking at the potential of bringing the companies together, it seemed so natural to me as the stepping stone for early stage founders to growth stage founders. So that to me is where the overlap seems so obvious. And what's been both unexpected and a surprise is that the programming and offerings for growth stage companies has a lot of overlap with our corporate offerings, and watching them naturally come together and complement each other really motivates me about the potential of our future and about how seamless some of these organizations can really grow all the way from just an idea to potentially being a corporate over an extended period of time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's very true. We're giving companies the opportunity to start as just an idea as a founder and eventually work their way up to being part of our corporate innovation group. So, I mean, I think that's awesome as well. Something that I didn't expect, at least in terms of giving companies the full life cycle. All right, now to take it back a little bit, I guess, could you tell everyone, I guess, how long you've been with the 1871 team and what made you join initially?
Yeah, so I joined 1871 last June, so it's been a little bit over a year. And I've lived in Chicagoland for over, it's been, 13 years, and I never actually worked in Chicago. So we've lived downtown, we've lived in several neighborhoods, but I feel like I was always passing through the city, whether I was in the suburbs or traveling. And the opportunity to actually directly impact tech growth in the city that I lived seemed just too good to pass up. And so when the opportunity came up I've always had this passion in tech, I've always had this passion in innovation, and seeing it come here in my own city, it was just too good to pass up.
Awesome. And I mean, to go right off of that, during your time with the 1871 team, what's something you're most proud of?
I continue to just be blown away with pride for our 1871 team and the resiliency of our founders. So in the face of this global pandemic, we have had to go fully physical to fully virtual almost overnight. Yeah. Founders still need support. Corporates still need access to startups. The businesses haven't stopped. We've just moved virtual. And watching the magic of everybody take what used to be such a physical experience and make it happen online has been really, really cool. I'm also really proud just to work at a place that is not only aligning my pursuit of passion of innovation, but also making time for my friends and family and kids. I actually have 3-year-old twin boys, and I've got another boy on the way this fall. So I've got my hands full at home, but I've also got this incredible networking community that I feel like I'm giving back to. So that, to me, there's just lots of pride in what I'm doing and why I'm working here.
Yeah, and congratulations again. I actually didn't know that it was a third boy. That's awesome.
We've got a lot of boys, and even our dog's a boy. So I'm just really
outnumbered. Oh, all right. This is definitely one that I'm interested in as well. Your favorite Chicago activity, as I know there are a ton to choose from.
I am so bad at picking one thing. People always, I feel like this is a pretty standard question. People are always like, oh, what's your favorite thing to do in the city? Yeah. I don't mean to sound cliche, but honestly, like our food, our restaurants, even in this time we're in right now, you can't beat the access to food that we have in a typical summer, the street festivals, our parks, just everything that the city has to offer is what keeps me here in Chicago, keeps us excited. I absolutely love raising our boys downtown in the city and just exploring the different neighborhoods on the weekends. So it's not really just one thing, but I would just say what the city has to offer and our food and our festivals. And just everything that Chicago is.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so jumping back into 1871, what do you like most about what you do? I know you touched on it a bit earlier, but.
So, on a day-to-day basis, it's got to be actually our community. So it's a little hard right now because we can't go in this space, but on a normal working life situation, the fact that we have these amazing founders, mentors, and partners that have this magic of 1871, and honestly, you have to like see it and feel it, to, like, and experience it to fully understand it. That to me like motivates me on an everyday basis to just get to the office. That being said, right now we're clearly not going into the office, or at least not in the same capacity. So I drive motivation right now about the fact that people need us, and that we're really helping the tech community not just survive but thrive. So once the economy can reopen, we're actually helping reignite it. So that to me right now is like 100%. Like, even days when everything seems to run together, I try to remind myself like we are helping the future of Chicago and this industry. Something I haven't really mentioned, but I think is also really powerful and worth mentioning, is what makes Chicago so different than other cities is the fact that we have a combined, like we're a Midwestern city that is working together to drive technology. When you go to any other major tech city, you go to your investors at one space, you go to founders or incubators in one space, you have the academia and research institutions in one place. Maybe a couple of things are combined, but it's very rare that you see a city or institution try to pull things together and really help tech grow. And I think the fact that Chicago's been doing that is really promising for just the future of Chicago tech.
All right, so to the newest edition of the 1871 community, what are you most excited about learning from our growth stage members that are now part of the 1871 family?
Absolutely. So I alluded this a little bit earlier about the unexpected coming out of the merger was that there was this natural overlap between corporate and growth. So for me, what I now want to learn is how can our corporate programming and our corporate relationships help our growth stage members? So that natural overlap in just our offerings to me is this great indicator that there's also a need for what we have been doing on the corporate side to those growth stage companies. So I'm super excited to just get to know some of the companies and the members more and figure out how we can not only just integrate the growth offerings for our corporates, but vice versa.
Awesome. I think that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for the time. Would you like to give your email for any members that would like to reach out directly?
Sure. And maybe even easier is if you go, especially if I end up being on maternity leave, if you email corpinno, CORPINNO at 1871.com. That will go to our corporate innovation team. So it won't be just me, but you'll get our director of innovation and so a few other folks. So happy to meet up with anybody that would like to discuss what our offerings are or how things integrate or just any needs that you have. But we have an open door policy. We like to make ourselves available, and I look forward to meeting more and more of the growth stage companies.
Awesome. I mean, I think that was perfect. Thanks for giving our membership community an insight into who you are.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Bye.